Really no debate. She was very much. That's right. She was.
Call the meeting of the Whittier Votech School Committee to order. Y'all please join us for Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get to public comment, I'd ask that you all join me in a moment of silence, September 11th, remembrance for all those who lost their lives. Thank you. Public comment. Anybody here for public comment? Public comment. Going once. Going twice. No one. Next item on the agenda is going to be new staff introduction. Mr. Leganis.
Welcome, Mr. Chairman, Superintendent Lynch, and the rest of the school committee members. I am honored to stand up here today and introduce some of our new staff that showed up tonight. And we'll start with, first on my list, Andrew Alsop. Come on up, guidance counselor.
Thank you very much. Very fortunate to be here. I was hired last March, so kind of got my feet wet last year and hit the ground running this year. I spent about 15 years at Haverhill High School, a little short time at Shawshene Tech before I was lucky enough to be here. You know, it's been a great start to my career here. Plan on kind of ending my career here. It's been a great team type atmosphere, which I really appreciate and really enjoy. Just want to kind of thank everybody and the staff for hiring me here. Thank you, Ms. Lynch. Just really excited to be part of the team. Thank you.
Okay, next up, Nicole Malloy, our school nurse. And once again, welcome to our Whittier family.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. I've been a school nurse for quite a while. Started off at Haverhill Public Schools, went off to Essex Tech, so I have a good technical background. I'm super excited to be here, work with Diane DiBartolo, who we were colleagues back in Haverhill, so I really kind of jumped in the seat. It's been so comfortable, very welcoming. And thank you for the unconventional second interview when I was in Ireland, because when I saw the opening, I already had the trip booked, and it was a beautiful day in Dublin, and I'll never forget being at that castle, being able to accept the position here, so thank you.
Okay, Josh Ouellette, English teacher. Next up, again, welcome to the Whittier family.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for having me. My name is Josh Ouellette. I am a 10th grade English teacher here at Whittier Tech. The tech world is not new to me. I come from Greater Lawrence Technical School in Andover, where that was my second stop. I started my career in Lawrence Public Schools as a middle school English teacher. I'm also a graduate of the CTE school. I graduated from Greater Lawrence Tech. When I went to Greater Lawrence, I became an English teacher, and I was then an instructional coach there, and I was also part of the administrative team. I came back into the classroom because I really missed kids, and I have 3 young children of my own, and it just felt like the right decision to make at the time. And it feels like an even better decision now that I've been here for a couple of weeks. I can't say enough good things about how great the community has been, how supportive the teachers and department chairs and even my supervisor has been, and Principal Leganis and Superintendent Lynch. I'm really excited to be here and to be able to work with our students, so thank you.
And Martha Sterrett, our Spanish instructor, and welcome to our Whittier team.
Buenas noches. My name is Martha Starrett, and I am the Spanish teacher here at Whittier, and I'm very excited to work here with your kids. Some of you probably have students in my classroom, and I am extremely excited. I'm originally from Lima, Peru. I've been working in private schools, a therapeutic school, and also public schools in Everett High School and Triton. So I'm very excited to start working here. The community seems fantastic, and your children are amazing. So I'm very happy to be here and be part of this amazing school. Thank you so much for having me. Gracias.
All right, thank you very much. And once again, round of applause for the 4 that showed up tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, all of you. Thank you for being part of the Whittier Tech team, the new faces, familiar faces. Mr. Also probably doesn't remember me, but he's a few years older than me in high school. And I do remember he was a heck of an athlete. So I do remember that from the Haverhill High School days. You probably still hold some records. So I thought so. So welcome. Thank you all. Next item on the agenda is going to be acknowledging Dr. Joanne Testaverde's service as a Whittier Tech School Committee representative.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Tonight, I have the pleasure to talk about Dr. Joanne Testaverde, who was a longtime school committee member here at Whittier. She was here from September 2003 through March 2023. She had a long career in CT, career technical education, as well as special education. She was a real mentor for me. I'm now going into my 19th year here at Whittier Tech. She was here during that time, and she was always a voice of reason, somebody that you could ask questions. I learned an incredible amount from her about being an administrator and the work that we do and how important the work that we do. And she always focused on kids. Her focus was on making sure that as a school committee member, she did everything she possibly could do to make sure that this was a great school for the kids of Georgetown. And she represented the town very well. So I just really want to say, I'm getting a little emotional. She was just a wonderful person, and I'm really, I'm just so, I miss her, but I have talked to her quite a bit, and I just really want to thank her for her many, many years of service. And I know Mr. Slavosky would like to say a couple of words as well.
Yes, so the town of Georgetown and the school committee wrote a letter for me to read tonight. Dear Ms. Testaverde, it is with deep respect and appreciation that we gather today to recognize a remarkable milestone in the history of the Whittier Tech School Committee. For 2 decades, you have dedicated your time, energy, and expertise to help Georgetown students to choose their future, to advance the mission of the school, and to be a leader for the vocational education. While your formal role was to represent Georgetown and the Whittier School Committee, it was clear the impact that your efforts had on the entire Whittier community. Over the past 20 years, your contributions have been invaluable in shaping the direction and success of Whittier Tech, from spearheading the development of innovation programs to advocating tirelessly for the needs of other students, and as well as Georgetown. You have played a pivotal role in enhancing the educational experiences available at the school. Your dedication to exploring upgrades to facilities, to supporting the development of new programs, and to ensuring that those programs remain cutting edge has significantly benefited our community. Your willingness to lend a hand, regardless of the task, exemplifies your excellence and dedication and teamwork, whether it was a complex project or a day-to-day challenge. Your readiness to help and your collaborative spirit have been a cornerstone of the committee's success. As we celebrate this significant milestone, we reflect on the countless hours you have invested and the many ways in which you have positively impacted the school. Your advocacy for Georgetown students specifically and for vocational education broadly have been unwavering and has left an indelible mark on our community. On behalf of the Georgetown School Committee, the town of Georgetown, indeed, we extend our heartfelt congratulations and deepest thanks for your 20 years of outstanding service. Your dedication has set a high standard for us all, and we are truly fortunate to have had you as a guiding force in our community. Congratulations once again, Joanne. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors and hope that you continue to find fulfillment in all that you do. With sincere appreciation, the town of Georgetown and the Georgetown School Committee.
Thank you.
well put.
Mr. Irvin?
Dr. Testaverde was a longtime member of the committee, as you've heard, but the expertise she brought was really unmatched in many, many ways. I'm sure the superintendent will agree. But she also, it's funny because she could be ornery too, occasionally. And basically, she was a good servant and a steward of the district, but the kids came first, always with her. But again, as chair of the instructional activity and so on, she brought a new dimension to the school committee by having the expertise of over so many years in education. So I would just like to say, as a colleague and as a friend, she is sorely missed. Thank you.
Mr.?
I also had the pleasure of being with Joanne on the school committee for I think about 9 years or something. It was quite a long time, and I agree that at times like she could insert things to the conversation that made us really think about what we were doing. It was always the kids first. It was great, and she was a mentor to me as well. So I just wanted to also express my thanks to her because now I'm the chair of the instructional committee, and though I do not think that I could fill her shoes whatsoever, I will try. I will try my best. Thanks.
Seeing none,
So I do have this plaque that we will put up behind us with all other school committee members that have been time served. I don't want to hang it up right now because I'll probably mess that up, but this will be hung up for our next meeting. And again, I really want to thank Dr. Testaverde for all of her help and guidance and caring for our kids for so many years. So thank you.
thank you, Madam Superintendent, for bringing that forward. I had the pleasure of serving with Dr. Testaverde for, I think, almost 10 years, and I learned a lot from her. She was extremely passionate about what she did, she believed in, and I think all of us that served with her became better school committee members because we had the chance to serve with her. So I do miss her, and it was an honor to serve with her, and I'm glad she's being honored here. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is approval of minutes, August 14, 2024, minutes of the regular school committee meeting.
Mr. Chairman, move the acceptance of August 14th minutes.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Irvin, second by Ms. Coppinger. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delai?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Ms. True?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Slabowski?
Yes.
Passes. Next item on the agenda, treasurer's report for August. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve?
Motion by Ms. True, seconded by Mr. Fitzgerald. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delai?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving?
Aye.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Ms. True?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Slabowski?
Yes.
Passes. No old business posted. Reports and communication, student representative report, Kaylee Habib.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Superintendent Lynch, and all other members of the school committee. Welcome back this year. My name is Kaylee Habib, and I was selected to be this year's student rep. To start off for the clubs, the chess club has many new members. They hope to have their first tournament next month. The Whittier Poetry Society will meet week 2 on Thursdays. Their first meeting's agenda consists of welcoming and introductions, missions and goals, short poetry writing activity, discussion and/or reading, and plans for the next feature meetings. Student government meetings will be focused on planning Whittier's homecoming dance, Spirit Week, and pep rally. They are really looking forward to welcoming new members and are excited for the new year. The yearbook staff is in the process of capturing senior portraits. The deadline is October 31st. Fall sport photography start by September 13th. The student leader group had an excellent start to the year. Over 100 student volunteers participated in both our freshman parent night and the first day of school for our freshmen. A sea of blue shirts greeted and assisted incoming freshmen and their parents, making a transition to high school much smoother. The Key Club's first meeting of the year will be Monday, September 23rd. They're looking forward to growing the club this year and more active in the community while maintaining the service they did last year. The Ski Club is planning 3 trips. They will do their annual raffle basket to help raise money and are looking to continue the night trips. Interact Club is actively looking for new members this year. They have 2 events planned this month, helping out the community health assessment, as well as Team Haverhill booth at the River Ruckus this Haverhill September 21st. The Multicultural Club will host its first meeting this Thursday, September 12th. They will focus on National Hispanic Heritage Month, and they will seek volunteers to help make morning announcements to recognize this very important event. GSI has not begun yet, but they have put in a request to host one of the regional meetings at Whittier Tech. The Environmental Club should be starting by the end of the month. The goals are to maintain the Tower Gardens. This club will also take care of the endangered turtles, and they plan to organize another trash cleanup. Peer-to-Peer Club is actively looking for new members this year. They are working to get a speaker about mental health awareness for one of their first meetings. The Whittier Drama Club will hold their meeting this Thursday. Their first few meetings will be devoted to choosing officers and choosing a show for this stage for the spring. The Board Game Club is fun and engaging after school on Thursdays in the library and enjoys a variety of board games. As for sports, the girls' soccer team is off to a great start. They won their opening match against Lowell Catholic. They have many new freshmen that joined, and they are excited for the new year. The boys and girls cross-country teams open up home this Wednesday versus Shawsheen. The crew has been working hard at practice every day, and they are looking forward to a great season. Whittier football is off to a great start with a big win last Friday night at Revere High School. After losing 23 players to graduation, the young Wildcats have worked hard and have had great leadership by the captains. The freshman football team is looking great so far with 57 players. The girls volleyball team is excited and working hard for the upcoming year with 90 student athletes participating in the program. This team has great leadership and is hoping to return to the MIAA state tournament this year. The boys soccer team, who are 0-2 unfortunately, they are in the midst of a challenging season. The team is committed to developing their skills with a focus of turning their hard work into positive results on the field. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is Superintendent's Report. Madam Superintendent.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Tonight, before you for informational purposes, I have the hires of an electrical instructor, long-term sub, a maintenance mechanic, a cafeteria helper, Spanish instructor, long-term sub, administrative assistant to the assistant principals. I have the resignation of an administrative assistant to the assistant principals and a school nurse. At this time, there is not a budget update. There is also not an MCAS update. I look forward to sharing an MCAS update at our October meeting with you. On Thursday, April 15th, I attended the Lappin Foundation Luncheon for North Shore School Leadership at the Temple, Tourette, Shalom, and Peabody. On August 19th and September 4th, I attended remote meetings at Northern Essex with President Lane Glenn. We continue to look at opportunities for the two campuses to work together. On Tuesday, August 20th, I attended a walkthrough at Northern Essex in anticipation of a senior study with MSBA on September 19th. On August 21st, 27th, September 3rd, and September 4th, I attended remote meetings with Epigee regarding our new website, which we believe will be launched on Friday. So we're looking forward to that. There's been a lot of work to make sure that that gets up and going. On Monday, August 26th, our teachers returned. We spent the day in small group trainings in special ed and the new IP, Title IX, cybersecurity, advisory, civil rights, discipline in the online referral system, and business office information. It was a long day. It was we had many workshops, but we got a lot of information out there. On Wednesday, August 26th, I attended the Whittier Agreement Procedures Administration remote meeting. On August 27th, freshmen and new students returned. This is always an exciting day with our students and our students getting clapped in by the faculty and staff. On Tuesday, August 27th, I attended the Northern Essex Whittier Tech Planning Kickoff with the Donahue Institute at Northern Essex. The Donahue Institute will be conducting a study on a shared campus model. On Wednesday, August 28th, was the first day for all students. And then on September 5th, I attended the MAVA virtual meeting. This group meeting meets regularly to discuss ongoing CTE programs and concerns. On Friday, September 6th through September 8th, I attended the MASS Executive Committee retreat in Boston. I'm honored to represent both the North Shore Superintendent's Roundtable and the Merrimack Valley Roundtable. And today I attended the Merrimack Valley Roundtable at Long Meadow Golf Club in Lowell. And we again discussed goals for this coming year. At this time, we have for night school, We have 152 enrolled in our electrical programs. And in our plumbing programs, we have a total enrollment of 131. We have 7 students enrolled in our fall certified nursing assistant program, and we have 100 students enrolled in some of our fall enrichment programs, which we're looking forward to this year as well. Yesterday, we signed an agreement to work with the Naval Shipyard and encourage students that are interested in science, technology, engineering, and math. We're excited to work with the Naval Shipyard. They have a proven track record of preparing students in the community and beyond, and we're looking forward to working with them on providing a workforce for this region. And that is all I have for you as far as that goes. Want me to go to job description?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a job description for your approval tonight. We did go through the subcommittee looking at a part-time liaison for Whittier Tech in Northern Essex. This is somebody to continue to work with us, make sure the communication is out into our communities, work with us, work with you as the committee, work with me as the superintendent and administration, and I've highlighted their job responsibilities. It's a part-time position, so I'm just looking to have that job approved.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Murphy, seconded by Mr. Irvin. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early,
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger.
Yes.
Ms. Delai.
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Aye.
Mr. Murphy.
Yes.
Ms. True.
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor.
Yes.
Mr. Slabowski.
Yes.
Passes.
Tonight before you, I also have my goals for this school year. They're broken into 3 sections. My learning goal, just a brief summary, is looking at the master schedule, grading, advisory, and exploratory, working with our school leaders, developing plans as we move forward. Any plans would be obviously made for the next school year. My professional practice goal is developing positive school leadership here in the building. Mr. Lagunas and I have been working really hard on that. Having guest speakers. Mr. Lagunas ran a little conference himself with some of our staff. Looking at AI and how it's going to impact student learning and teaching is another thing that we really need to be looking at. And then my school improvement goal is looking at a communication strategy. That job description is part of that plan, making sure that our communities and our stakeholders are aware of the work that we're doing here at Whittier Tech and how important that work is for this school year and beyond. And that's just a brief summary.
Is there a motion to approve the superintendent's goals for 24-25?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Irvin, seconded by Mr. Fitzgerald. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early,
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan.
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger.
Yes.
Ms. Delai.
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Aye.
Mr. Murphy.
Yes.
Ms. True.
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor.
Yes.
And Mr. Slabowski.
Yes.
Passes.
So also before you tonight is the draft of the school strategic plan. There's been some minor tweaks since last year, but really it's aligning the strategic plan to our school improvement plan. There's goals related to the improvement plan, using ARCS Ed for professional development, which we started this school year. Again, communication with all of our stakeholders, changing our early college with Northern Essex Community College, where the kids are actually going to Northern Essex, and so far that is going very, very well, I'm happy to say. And then also providing a workforce for our region, which is our charter.
Is there a motion to approve the strategic plan?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Lai.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Fitzgerald, seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early,
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan.
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger.
Yes.
Ms. Delai.
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Aye.
Mr. Murphy.
Yes.
Ms. True.
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor.
Yes.
Mr. Slabowski.
Yes.
Passes.
I just had a question about that. I'm sorry, I didn't, during the discussion, so. No, okay, that's all right, fine.
Yeah.
I can ask later. No
Okay.
problem. Yep, we're done.
Next item on the agenda is Principal Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Lagunas.
Good evening once again, Mr. Chairman, Madam Superintendent Lynch. Just a few highlights with the school opening. Feels like we've been here for months. But here we go. August 15th, we held a successful freshman and new student orientation from 6 to 7:30 in the cafeteria, which was filled with parents and guardians. The session covered key topics such as school safety, student discipline expectations, student services, internet use, parent portal, parent involvement, sports and athletics, extracurricular clubs, and booster club information. We also introduced our new freshmen orientation days and offered tours of the building that day. Additionally, incoming students enjoyed a movie. So this year we offered a movie for if the parents wanted, the new incoming parents wanted to bring their kids with them. So they had a movie in the auditorium. I believe it was Shrek. So that's the start. On Monday, August 26th, all our staff gathered in the cafeteria, and as Superintendent Lynch said, she warmly welcomed them, everyone back that day, along with the newest members of our Whittier family. You met a few. This year's theme focuses on the remarkable culture that we have here, a positive culture that we built. That's everybody here and our staff and students and families, and the positive relationships and teamwork. To our new staff, we officially welcomed, Superintendent Lynch and myself officially welcomed them to our team, emphasizing that they're joining an incredible workplace, which is amazing. We're at our best when we come together for a benefit of students, and that's everybody here too as well on the school committee. And I encourage everyone to continue fostering that positive culture. That's our goals, as Superintendent Lynch said. After lunch, our staff participated in carousels, and they always are excited when our staff runs our own PD, and that's what we did. The administration ran, some of our staff ran some of the PD, and here's something. We had special education, IEP, civil rights, Title IX, student records, MTSS, Triangle. We had PD updates, grants, staff development, online referral system that we're piloting this year, and also our PASS system, cybersecurity, our Director of Technology, Angel, information systems, opening of school information discipline, AP office information. Most of our success, like I said, comes from within, and that's who ran these PDs that day. On Tuesday, our freshmen came through. We introduced them to Whittier, and they had a chance to navigate their daily schedules, our freshmen and new students, I should say. We were fortunate to have 50 students, leaders of our own, come off the summer vacation to come in. And it was amazing to see 50 kids in these Whittier Tech shirts. I believe they were, blue. They were blue shirts, light blue or blue shirts. But just to see the kids come in and how much they love the school, to show the incoming students the way. So that was very nice. Over the course of 3 designated days, the 28th, the 29th, and the 3rd of September, the freshmen participated in orientation, which included team building. We did the same thing last year. They played Jenga, Deserted Island, musical chairs, tug of war, free throw, basketball, and people bingo. Additionally, our vocational coordinators, who spent most of the time with them, gave presentations and topics of rules, shop dress code, the Whittier Speaker Series, athletic clubs, including a half day of PD that day, and team building exercises. So it was an amazing start, I hope, for our students, our new students, as well as our freshmen. And just a big thanks goes out to Amanda Crosby and Paul Muskovitz and everybody else involved, but the 2 vocational coordinators spent the days with all those kids. So it was awesome. On Wednesday, as Superintendent Lynch said, everybody came in, all the students reported, and then the assistant principals and I met with them to review the Whittier Tech Student Parent Handbook, the Code of Conduct, particular emphasis on harassment, bullying, cell phone policy, including a cell phone locker policy. Additionally, the guidance department talked about, the guidance department had talked about guidance, co-op coordinator, the athletic director showed up, our MCAS coordinator and our associate principal, our MCAS guru talked to the kids, and class advisors gave grade level specific presentations. So another one, last week, another highlight, Northern Essex fall semester began. So 162 of our early college students and 84 students went over to the campus the first time. We're going over to Northern Essex, while 78 went over during week 2. On the days they aren't in the classroom, they are diligently working on their coursework and assigned computer labs in the hub, where they receive support from both Whittier and Northern Essex. Students have done a fantastic job representing Whittier, and remember, this is their first year going over to Northern Essex, so that's really exciting. They experience an actual college campus, so far so good, knock on wood. Another highlight. A total of 382 students are participating in fall sports, which include football, boys and girls soccer, volleyball, golf, cross country, and cheerleading. Both volleyball and freshman football saw a significant rise in the participation this year. I think Superintendent Lynch, Kaylee Habib said, how many football? There were like 57 freshmen playing freshman football. That's a lot. So amazing turnout. Also, our food service. Last year we were averaging 135 breakfasts. This year we're averaging 253 breakfasts. Last year we were averaging 829 lunches a day. This year we're averaging 750 lunches a day. And 1,000 lunches, I think that was the record, 1,000 lunches were served. So that's pretty amazing for our students. Starting today, we have a club fair. It started. I will give you the stats in October of how many kids are in the clubs, which is also another beautiful extracurricular activity that we offer. We have showcases for them in the lunch here in the cafeteria area. If you're interested, you can check it out. It's actually during the day, but that's where the kids have QR codes and they can see and sign up with the clubs. Whittier continues its commitment to safety and students and staff throughout the ongoing monitoring of school safety procedures, protocols. We're in the process of setting up safety training, exercises with teachers, staff and students, and the agenda obviously includes our Alice program that we run, and we're going to get that going too as well. So the last thing I have here, a little surprise for our superintendent, but I am going to read something because we're talking about positive leadership, and this is coming directly from our leader. Okay, we always talk about our Whittier family and her goals. Well, I stole a little something from one of the teachers, and one of our teachers and I talked to him, and he said, go right ahead and talk about it. I'm not going to say names, but I'm going to tell you he had difficulty passing the test for his certification, but he passed, okay? And many times he tried. So he wrote Superintendent Lynch, Auntie Mo, I finally passed, okay? So Auntie Mo, obviously, respectfully, Superintendent Lynch, Auntie Mo, I finally passed. I'm so excited, but I do really want to let you know how thankful I am that you stuck your neck out for me and have gone to bat for me many times. That is something I will never forget. I love this place. I would love to be able to finish my career here. And of all things, really, it starts with you. I love you and thank you. Now we talk about staff and students, positive reinforcement, positive leadership. So there you go. And thank you, Superintendent Lynch, for that. Sorry about embarrassing you. Any questions? I know that was a lot.
Mr. Rossi.
Mr. Loganis, for the early college, do they go there and end their day there?
No, so that's we've been tweaking up, and we and Miss Jensen and also Lindsay Cravetti, they spend, how many hours does it come out to? Like sort of the middle of the day, they take off here at
It's an hour and a half of class.
about an hour and a half of class. They take off here. What time do they leave at 8?
9:20.
9:20, and then we get them back for lunches, and that's what we've been tweaking up with the
So do
classes.
we transport them?
Yes, we do a bus.
Okay.
So it's awesome, and we tell the kids, you can't be late.
Yep.
All right, that bus is leaving at that time. You have to be there, and then when you're getting for dismissal at the college, you got to get on that bus and get back.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's been great for the kids. It's challenging, but so far so good. We've had nothing but positive reinforcement from everybody.
Great, that's a great program.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
Seeing none, Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Auntie Mo.
Great.
Business manager, no report posted. October annual agenda items will be the variance analysis, the update of the capital and equipment purchase and replacement plan, the 5-year plan, and the review of vocational technical programs. Subcommittee reports, executive has not met, instructional personnel have not met, plan operations, Chairman, Mr. Murphy.
Plan operations, there was a meeting, last month, and the minutes of the meeting are in the packet. Motion to approve the minutes of the August 14th.
Motion by Mr. Murphy,
Second?
seconded by Ms. Coppinger. Any discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delai?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving? Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Ms. Drew?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Slabowski?
Yes.
Passes. Salary and negotiations, Chairman, Mr. Early.
Yes. Recently, we had a meeting in regards to the part-time liaison for Whittier in Northern Essex. Very, very important job. Hopefully, we can find the right person so we can get to the next level. We do have some meetings coming up soon, I believe, for salary negotiations, and we will get back to you. Thank you.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the September 4th Salary and Negotiations Committee?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Fitzgerald, seconded by, who was it? Ms. O'Connor. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delai?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mr. Irving?
Aye.
Mr. Murphy?
Yes.
Ms. True?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
Mr. Slabowski?
Yes.
Passes. Next, Policy Chairman, Mr. Irvin.
Mr. Chairman, we met this evening, we reviewed 6 new policies from MASC having to do with basically Title IX, non-discrimination in schools. And we have for the second reading this evening, and second and final reading, DH, public comment at school committee meetings, BEDH/E, Whittier Regional School Committee Guidelines for Public Comment, and BEDB-E, Agenda Format. We request a vote, a second and final reading and vote. I move that.
Motion made by Mr. Irvin, seconded by
Second.
Mrs. Delai. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Mr. Early?
Yes.
Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger?
Yes.
Ms. Delai?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald? Mr. Irving?
Aye.
Mr. Murphy? Ms. True?
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor?
Yes.
And Mr. Slabowski?
Yes.
Passes.
Mr. Chairman, those policies reviewed tonight will be in your packet next month for first reading.
Thank you.
Also, I have a question. Instructional activity, should we be meeting before the October school committee?
That would be great. So, I have September 25th or September 30th available. And would 4 o'clock work?
25th is good for me.
25th?
25th is fine with me.
Okay. So 25th at 4 o'clock. Instructional. Great, thank you.
All right. The next regular school committee meeting will be Wednesday, October 9th at 6:30 PM. There's no new business posted, no executive session posted. Is there,
Mr. Chairman, move to adjourn.
motion by Mr. Irvin, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Murphy. All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? We're adjourned.
Thank you.